What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. You've joined us for the match preview. It's Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur, 8 p.m. kickoff here on Wednesday. And obviously this preview is brought to you by Paramatch UK. Thank you, Paramatch UK, for sponsoring this video. And here's a little bit more on them right now.
All right, people. Fixtures do not get any bigger than this. The red and white side of North London lock horns at the Emirates Stadium for the North London derby. This game throws up some classics. And last season, mad 9 goals across the 2 meetings. Arsenal will go into this match with a lot of confidence, having remained unbeaten in their last 5 games against Spurs. And our friends at Paramatch are offering you a chance to back Arteta's men to win with enhanced odds of 50-1. To claim this offer, create a Paramatch UK account, opt into the promotion, and then place a £1 bet on Arsenal to beat Tottenham. Remember, guys, you must be 18 plus and a UK resident, and all winning bets are paid in free bets. Full terms and conditions apply with all the links you need below. Please gamble responsibly. A huge thank you goes out to Paramatch UK for sponsoring this video.
All right, we're back. And this one's, as much as the mood right now is very low, this one's sponsored by Production because they sent me this morning. We're out of the FA Cups, but that's all in the past. The North London derby is coming up fast. Hair flicks and silly hips or not, I'm sure they'll show the fight, hopefully.
Why are you sure they fuck the poem? Why are you sure they'll show the fight? Why is that line in there?
Because it's production,
yeah,
bro.
Don't worry about them, they don't care about you.
It's
man.
Arsenal versus Tottenham under the lights. Right, let's get into this. Let's talk. Right.
That wasn't too bad, actually. Well, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Because look how fucked we are in, at this moment in time. I don't want to hear poetry.
No,
especially using the words that have come out of my mouth.
Silly hips. Right, Arsenal.
Actually, it was bad, actually. It was.
No, listen, to be fair, big up for it wasn't too bad, that one. At least, listen, I needed help apparently, and that's what people say in the comments. But when it comes to the poems, let's get into this. It's Arsenal versus Tottenham. I don't know even know where to start. A lot of, there's injuries, there's no excuse when we talk about injuries, but we're going to talk about how can Arsenal win this game. Are you confident ahead of this game? Obviously off the back of coming out of the FA Cup, pretty much out of the League Cup, the mood right now is very, very low. Turkish, I'll start with you. Just thoughts ahead of this game. So North London derby, does that matter? Does that change anything for you at this stage when it comes to what you think you're going to see?
North London derby, big game. Tottenham, local rivals, bragging rights. Need the 3 points. Get the 3 points. We've got injuries. They've got injuries. It is what it is. Crimea River.
How do you follow that? I mean, listen, it's a game that we have to win. But then we've been saying that. You said it yourself, Cecil, off camera a little while back. We've been saying this now for the last 3 or 4 games. And we're not in a good place right now, man. And we need something. So I'm just hoping that the manager, the players, the fans, we all come together and get this one over the line. But am I confident? I have to say I'm not wholly confident, no.
So, lack of confidence, you're saying we need to win this game. You said that about the past couple of games that we need to win. We need to win every game at the moment. Right now, we're in a stage where after this game, the season could be done. I mean, from where I'm at, I said last week, this is a big week coming up. Newcastle, in the Carabao Cup, you want to win that and hopefully get a trophy early. And it looks like we're out. We're losing the FA Cup, a cup that you'd say you can hold on to. Champions League is a bit unrealistic if we're being honest. It could happen, but it's unrealistic. And the league, I mean, you've mentioned it many times. I think 6 points, they got a game in hand, Liverpool. It's unlikely. I think they will drop points, but I don't think we'll be able to capitalise on it. And when you look at the squad, how do you have confidence in Arsenal getting back to winning ways? I mean, how do you beat the Spurs side? They went a 420 minutes. They ended up winning in extra time, but they went the 420 minutes in extra time. So they played loads of minutes. They end up winning, we obviously end up losing. But is there a way to beat Spurs that seems like they might be fatigued, or a way to beat them and just we're better than them? Because I thought that about United, Turkish. I thought we'll draw the game. I think my prediction, and me and Jay, I think was very clear. Draw the game, the quality is not there to get goals, whatever. 1-1 made sense. But I thought we have better quality than United, so we should win the game. Penalties, it went down to penalties.
Tottenham have better quality than United as well, though. Especially in the attack.
So, yes, but do they have better? So then, do they have better quality than us? Is kind of where we're going. I'm trying to say, how do they?
Right, without Saka. Whew. I mean, there are quite a few clubs in this league have more quality than us.
You can run through loads. I agree with that.
Especially when Saka's out, Odegaard's not on form. Like, what have we got after them two? in attack. Literally nothing. And I don't mean injury-wise. Even if they was all fully fit aside from Saka, it's still nothing. Whether Jesus is there, Martinelli's there, Trossard's there, Havertz is there, none individually are a real threat. Now listen, Arteta might lean on calendar year goals and all that. That's his system that produced that, and that's why it hurts so much that we went from this time last year believing we can do big things to now seeing it all unravel. And in my opinion, we're going to win many games from now to the end of the season. We're a good team.
Wait, what?
We're going to win games. It's not like this.
Yeah.
We're not going to lose the rest of the,
No,
we're not going to lose
every
more
game.
games than we're going to win more games than we lose and draw for the rest of the season.
But you
right?
see us in this month right now.
But this is my thing. That doesn't matter unless Liverpool drop points in this league.
Which they will as well. 'Cause
So
they'll
we
lose
go and
games.
beat Tottenham. We need Liverpool now, especially being at the FA Cup and at the Carabao Cup essentially. We need Liverpool to drop points as well. We need that coupled up, because every game week that passes that we win and they win, or we draw and they draw, because that's happened a few times as well.
Yeah.
It's another game closer to the league for them. We're 6 points behind. They have a game in hand, and we have to go Anfield. In my opinion, that's a 4-game swing. We don't beat them at Anfield. So, for us to expect a win there, it's far-fetched. I know we played well against them at the Emirates and maybe should have won it, but at the end of the day we didn't.
Yeah,
and
but it feels different now though. When Liverpool, at that time, it feels different to what we are now. Right now,
yeah, but it started all unraveling from the summer anyway. So it's like it was all coming. Like even in those games, you look at Maresca getting points off him first season, Slot getting points off him first season, Ursula twice getting points off him in his first season. Now Amorim in his first 2 months has knocked him out of the FA Cup. I'm sorry, but in your 5th year as a manager, that's shown you can hang with some of the best, because we have been challenging for the last couple of years. Not good enough. In your
The blame lies on
5th year, new managers can't just be coming in and having their way with you.
yeah, the blame surely lies on the manager mainly here though, because obviously I've seen a lot of your content of late and I've seen what you've spoken, and I think a lot of it goes on the manager for me, from what I'm seeing, as it unravels, because a lot of the decisions were him. I know the bigger picture you always go to the board and the higher ups of Kroenkes. I obviously partly disagree with that, because at this stage I feel like he's been backed enough, and he's backed Arteta wholeheartedly. We see, give him all the power. You Edu, all that. You're director of football. We'll give you the money. Do what you need to do to get this club where it needs to be. But it's obviously
But you'd say that until this summer, right? Until where this summer was a bit of a change, we made a profit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
obviously
so-
Josh started getting involved a bit.
So
around
let's say, which is, I'd say if I take myself back to summer and someone said to me, listen.
Not this. Sorry, it was summer before when we signed Declan Rice. So that was obviously the summer
you
before.
mean this summer just gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
the two
let's say we go back there and you tell me,
Some
all
two
right,
summers before.
the Kroenkes have looked at we challenged in the 22-23. They gave them 200 whatever mil. Havertz came in highest paid player. Rice came in 100 million. We challenged again game week 38. So let's say the Kroenkes said, we're not going to invest like we did last summer now, because we gave you what we did last summer. We're giving you a bit this summer. You decide where it needs to go.
Yep.
And then I expect better, yeah? Let's say they said that, right?
Which is fair. Is that fair to say? Havertz, you brought in Havertz as a striker.
You could argue that's fair.
65 million, 275 a week.
You could argue that's
yeah,
fair. That's cool. I'm not here to argue.
No,
I'm
of course.
Saying, let's say
Yeah,
that's
go on.
what they thought. That would mean that they are as angry as I am now at what they're seeing. That would mean that there's internal conversations right now. Because you can't say in the summer, I gave you what we gave you what we gave you a year before, so you need to go do it now, and you're out of basically 2 cup competitions that we had most chance in. You're way off in the league at this moment, and Champions League is a lottery at the best of times and a difficult one at that. So they must be angry at this moment in time, and internal conversations must be happening.
Truthfully,
but
Stan
then
doesn't. Stan
they
won't
give
care.
a 15 million
Josh might.
contract.
Yeah, okay.
So none of that makes sense to me about, whether it's Mikel now saying internal solutions, opportunities, and he loves them, like he says, and it's joy to be around. Whether the situation now is because of him and that way of thinking, or whether it's because the Kroenkes have lost a bit of faith in his transfer activity, especially in the attacking areas.
Yep.
Either way, the door is approaching.
Truth story. I know you're here as well.
Either way, that ends with the door approaching.
Of course, well, I'll tell, which is fair. But I'm saying, Stan, I'll be honest. If you want the truth, Stan Kroenke obviously doesn't care. He's not part of this. Obviously, Josh is the one that's more involved. He probably will be thinking, now that we're all out of the cups, he's got to be questioning certain things. Whether he is or not, I don't know. They gave him the £50 million contract, Turkish, when things were, if we're being real, before he was out on all his cup competitions. As much as you had foresight from the window, they're not in tune enough as football lovers or football fans to know, there's issues here. They've left that to the Artetas, the Edus, and all
Robbie,
that.
why is he second highest paid manager in the world? Why did they make that decision then?
Because they believed in him, and I understand why. Because
Well, then you can't take the owners out of accountability then. They've made someone second highest paid manager in the world that hasn't got over the line in a major trophy.
It's a tough. Okay, look at it like this way. AFTV. Robbie's the top. Robbie's the board. Robbie employs someone, puts them on a lot of money. I know we're going to run through this. Puts them on a lot of money to run the channel, right? To do all those things, and then that happens, and then it starts to fall apart. The channel, things start to drop. You know, things aren't performing as well.
Yeah.
You're looking at the person they brought in to control all of that. Surely
You give them a chance. If it continues not working, you let go. Well, what's the difficulty around it? This is business. This ain't friendship and love and all of that. Like I said, it's not a shelter.
I know.
This is business, big business at that.
Okay.
That's how they look at it. So as fans, we need to understand, put yourselves in their shoes sometimes, and understand our wholehearted support has been twisted and has been manipulated and has been taken advantage of. There's a balance to it all now. Football's not what it was 20 years ago, where wholehearted support was a given. That is what football's about. People are right. That is what it was about, essentially. But football's come a long way in many different
Things have changed.
aspects in the last 20 years, and
That's
that's
fair.
one of them. It's big business now. So a great fan is an amazing customer. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah, great. So they always throw.
In terms of what people will say, what a great fan is,
Yeah.
wholehearted support, blind,
Course,
don't
yeah.
question anything, just support, right?
Yep.
That's an amazing customer.
Yeah,
for them.
and that's fair.
And that's where we're at now. So that's why, I never say don't sing or don't support. I just say keep the standards up, sing about the legends, the OGs, the big moments, not all of these players that are just stealing a living at this club.
Laurie, let's talk about the game here. I want to, before I go into it, I just want to read you out the injury list for both teams. Bukayo Saka's out of a hamstring injury, Ricardo Calafiori muscular injury, Ifeanyi is obviously out, Ben White's out, Tomiyasu, Gabriel Jesus, his knee is unconfirmed, but he's probably going to be out for the rest of the season. Turin Timber, Jorginho, it says, was substituted as well because of injury.
I did see him limping off towards the end of the game.
Jorginho's injured. What are we gonna do? Seasoned.
I know you're
All
half
of these
sarcastic.
injuries,
No,
we cannot make it a big thing, because we
But
shouldn't
it's a
be
point,
relying
though.
on these players anymore.
I hear that.
Jesus has been injury prone for years now, and it's unfortunate because he was a quality player, but big business, right?
But he's decided not to go with Matt. You've heard his we haven't heard it because I know you said don't listen to him, but he said he doesn't need a striker. And he said it before, like he seems like he wants to find ways around to score goals and win games without getting an attacker. It's nonsense, it's craziness, I understand that. But that is what it is, and right now we got crazy injuries. No, we're not relying on these players, but
So did Tottenham, by the way, so I don't think we should talk about
no. I'm going to go into their injury list as well. But I just want to make it clear, this is a preview, that we have to have the full understanding of what we're going into. Spurs have people out like Destiny Udogie, hamstring, Ben Davies, Richarlison, Mickey van der Ven, Vicario, Obert as well, Christian Romero, Bentancur, a lot of players out for them. How do you see this game going, though? Do you see, I don't think injuries are excuse, but again, it's a preview, we have to give everyone that's listening the context of what's happening, but do you see Arsenal winning this game? It's a must. What happens if we don't?
Well, I'm trying not to focus on the negative. For me, listen, things are not looking good right now. That is obvious, yeah. And what I would say about that as well is I've heard a lot of comments being made about the board, the manager, and yes, people are quite right to make those statements because people do deserve to be criticised. But I just want to say that I think it's a collective thing, and I think a lot of the players have to take responsibility for some of the recent performances. I mean, what we saw against United yesterday just was not good enough, man. I mean, you're talking about a team that had in excess of 70% possession. And listen, I know what people are going to say, yeah, possessions, what you do with it, blah, blah. Yes, absolutely. 70% possession, upwards of that, 26 attempts on goal, yeah. You're up against a team that, let's face it, take away that one good performance against Liverpool, they were coming into this game bereft of confidence. They went down to 10 men. We're at home. We should have beaten them, bro.
It does feel like a track on loop when you said about the possession. shots. I'm think we've done previews,
but
and
the
I feel
point
like
I'm trying to make
it's the
is-
same story of late. Anyway, but carry on.
The
is
point
getting
I'm trying to make
frustrating.
is I think we're allowing. There's been a lot of criticism of the manager, and yes, I get it. Yeah, because I too have had my reservations about the build-up, the over-deliberate build-up, about the predictability of the way we play and stuff like that. I get it. Yeah. Substitutions like for like, always similar times, rare. I've said those things many a times on AFTV, but at the end of the day, bro, come on, like, we should have beaten United yesterday. United weren't even that good. Yes, they followed a game plan. They took their goal well through Bruno Fernandes, and yes, they got the penalties across the line, but we should not have lost that game. That was very, very disappointing, and I think the players have to take responsibility. It's as simple as that. That was just not good enough. Right, so moving on to the Tottenham game. You know, the confidence is low, let's be honest, man. The morale is low. But again, Tottenham are not the greatest team in the world. I mean, they struggled for large spells to beat Tamworth. Yeah, we're at home, we need the win. If we are who we say we are as a top team, we should be beating Tottenham at home. So I think that we will get the job done by hook or by crook. It may be ugly,
End of a score prediction.
but I do think we'll get the job done. I'm gonna go 2-0. Actually, maybe 2-1. Because I think Tottenham, they do have players who can hurt us. Kulusevski, Solanke, people like that, even Maddison, Son. So yeah, they probably will get a goal, but I'm fancy us to get the win at home.
Fair. Turkish, if I want a score prediction by the end of it, but if we don't win this game, because there's going to be pressure from, I think, a lot of fans now on everything, as there should be, the board, the manager, whatnot. If we don't lose this game, if we don't win this game, what happens? And then how do you think this game plays out?
Like I said earlier, Arteta's in a position where the door's there at the end of the season. You can see it now.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair to say.
If we don't win our next two games, Tottenham in particular and Villa, then the door opens Monday. That door's here. See the door that's down there right now?
Yeah, I see it in the back of
Yeah, you see, right? You see, you can just about see it.
Yeah, it's quite. Yeah.
Yeah. Come
Behind the
Monday, we
scaffold.
don't beat Tottenham and Villa. The door's here. There's nowhere to go. It's there. You fucking open it. Yeah. Someone opens it, kicks it, or whatever.
But we know that's not going to happen.
Okay,
No,
you
no,
think
but-
that?
no,
All right.
yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
No, but
we
that's
start
good to say.
we start dropping more points in the league at this moment in time. City will catch us. Our top 4 place will be in doubt. So don't forget, Nottingham Forest are same points as
I
us.
can't see us doing anything that radical until the end of the season.
I wouldn't go against what you're saying. I agree. I would, but that's where I go back to the ownership, because if things do continue to get worse from here on out, because 2 big games coming up, then the ownership then must act, right?
But at the end, even
Like
still.
they didn't with Wenger all of those years, that led to dropping out of top 4, that led to pockets not getting what they used to, that led to the door being opening. I don't give a fuck about their pockets.
No, I fully understand your frustrations. I was at the game yesterday. We were both at the game. We were sat together and we couldn't believe some of the stuff we were witnessing. So listen, man, I'm fully on board with the criticisms. I think sometimes criticism is good.
Yeah, no,
for
I
people
agree.
To
I agree.
shake them out of their lethargy.
Yeah, that's
I mean, and this is what I'm saying.
It's the modern
and this is
fan
what I'm
as well.
saying
It's
about
just-
like
it's
the
right to
players.
criticise.
I don't want them to escape the criticism. Like, I've gone online today and I've seen where some people have gone overboard as far as Havertz is concerned. His partner has come out and said, and that is
far.
obviously
that's
beyond
crazy.
the pale. That's
mad.
terrible.
Yeah, we don't condone that by any means. Of course,
But I'm
But
not against.
that shows what the world is like.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
you know,
Obviously,
a lot
when
of-
we've not signed up to that bullshit. But having said that, the players, the manager is taking hella stick, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And
The players should.
yes,
yeah.
the buck does stop with him. I get all that, but let's not forget these players, man. They're underperforming by massive margins.
You're not
bro.
wrong.
You know what I mean? So
Arteta's paid more than all the players. Havertz is second paid. I'm looking at them too, and it ain't looking good.
but we've got so many players that are off form at the moment.
Yeah, but it's the manager's
It's not
job
just
to get them on
Havertz, is
form.
it? It's Odegaard, it's Martinelli. Okay, Martinelli wasn't too bad yesterday, actually. But anyway, we could go through the team and name at least half a dozen players that are not performing at anywhere near their optimum levels. At some point, man, they've got to shake that out of their systems and do what they do.
But Arteta, like, he got a lot out of these players over the years.
Did,
I never
squeezed
looked at our
everything out,
team
yeah.
and said,
They're-
we've got Haalands and Salahs and De Bruynes and Van Dijks. I never looked at it across them 2 years because we didn't. Saliba's probably the
Saliba, I was gonna
closest
say,
too.
yeah.
Probably the closest
Yeah,
too,
you
but
was gonna
no,
say, yeah.
because them men are all winners. They've all won it. No, that's no slight on Saliba. He's young, but what I'm saying is we didn't have that. So I look at it and think Arteta, got the best. Squeeze the lemon dry. 2 title challenges in a row with that squad. It's time to add in the big boys.
If he leaves, can he leave?
Calafiori and Marino in, for fuck's sake. Like, come on, man.
Can he leave with his head held high or not?
He needs to turn this season around, and in my opinion,
it's unlikely though.
Continue pressing Liverpool as much as you can, but just making sure this season is pretty much gone.
I know. That's what I'm looking at, because I'll be honest, even people talk about signings.
That's why I say Tottenham and Villa. If he doesn't win those games, then there ain't no argument about the season anymore, because people are still holding on to a little argument that Liverpool might let us, because they haven't been great the last couple of games.
The next argument will be, well, the Champions League. They'll say, next people will say, well, Champions League could. You never know. It's a couple.
We'll find out February.
Yeah, obviously we've seen the story now. It plays out. Obviously, I'm not saying that is going to be something that I'll be holding on to, but that'll be the next probably thing if he loses those next 2 games. And it's frustrating. We keep talking about money as well and the highest paid, and I never looked at, because they don't choose their fees and whatnot. Also, they negotiate wages and that. But when it's at a stage like this, you kind of have to look at those certain things, highest paid, adverts and whatnot. Especially when you're so close to winning the league last season in 2 points off, and you're relying on a striker that's not a striker, came in as a midfielder, and now you're forcing him in because you want to be right. It becomes frustrating. But we've done enough talk about the manager. You're right. The players do need to have some of the blame massively, because they're all underperforming quite heavily. I didn't get your score prediction. Please, Turkish, don't do the 2.
No,
but come on. You're more intellectual. I know, but you're a more intellectual fan. To at least give
what do you mean? The last 3 games I've predicted 2-2,
and we've
drawn 2 of them. Brighton and Man United. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, but you've gone. You're so deep.
I predicted a draw for Newcastle. We lost, and I'm predicting a draw again. Who gives a shit about my predictions? Your prediction. No, but doesn't matter. Predictions is 2-2. I said 2-2.
But I wanted some understanding behind, because you're basically
a couple.
But do you believe Arsenal can score 2 goals in this game? I don't get from where.
I believe.
From who? From where?
Tottenham
defense is crazy. So we're gonna have opportunities, and you can't keep on missing 6-yarders and hitting the ball off your shoulder. You can't keep on doing that. So surely we're going to get 1 or 2, opportunities, quality ones, put the ball in the back of the net. But I think we also allow a lot of space in the transition. Now Ipswich had it, even though we beat them. Yeah. I see United have it, and that's how they scored their first goal. I know Gabriel slipped, but they had a few moments in transition where if they had more quality, better than Højlund, they could have hurt us a bit more. So as much as our attack is costing us right now, it's bleeding into the rest of the side, because if they don't fear your attack, or your midfield, really, the pressure intensifies on the defence. When they fear your attack in midfield, the defenders get a lighter job, because there's more to worry about there than there is not, and then you put the worry on us, and that's where we're at right now. The attack is so shit at this moment in time that it's opening us up a bit defensively as well. So 2-2. Is that a good explanation?
I still don't. If you say so. I don't know about the attack. I'm going to read my prediction, but let me just give you.
You're going to read your prediction?
No, sorry. As in, I'm going to read some stats before I give my predictions. Let me just finish the stats for the. Remember, it's a preview. Arsenal have won 6 of their last 8 Premier League games against Spurs, drawn 1 and lost 1. Tottenham have won just 1 of their last 31 league away games against Arsenal. And then last one, Tottenham have won just 1 of their last 8 Premier League matches, with a victory coming at the bottom side against Southampton. My prediction, 1-0 Tottenham or Arsenal. It's either way. Right at this stage I couldn't tell you. Honestly, right now it's difficult to say that Arsenal go on and win this game. People say it's a derby. Come on, boys, where's your positivity? Where's the belief? Things must change, but I don't. Our attack is and with the players we have available, I don't know where the goal comes from. This one's a little bit more difficult to predict compared to the last 2 that we've seen that Arsenal played. Sorry, but 1-0 either way. That's it. That's it for my prediction. Let us know your predictions in the comments below. And thank you again to Power Match UK for sponsoring this video. We'll see you again soon. Take care.